Daniel, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. So tell me, how was it with your homework so far?
My homework, I actually can't use the Scandalian function because
Yeah, I know
I,
that. Yes. And
I can hard code it inside the.
yeah, you can hard code it. Yes, that's fine. And I will tell you an alternative solution also for that. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Can you share your screen? So actually, before we started to use this new uh, interpreter for Java, we was using a site that is called Replit. But because they limited the amount of resources that they give to my students, so that's why we are out searching for alternatives so far. I did communicate with the people from Replit, and they promised to find up solution, but I'm not sure if they're going to reply again. I talked to the founder, and let me see how he's going to reply. He said he will try to find a solution for something. But of course, I'm not sure if he's able uh, to make the solution for all my students. I'm not sure about that. But what I know that he said that he will try to see if he can provide some solution for us. What I want to say that if you are able to afford to pay to Replit, I would recommend that. So I will show you Replit after you share your homework. I will show you what is the website, how we use it before, because that have a solution for this scanner object issue. Okay, so wow, interesting. Okay, if you don't mind, are you able to brief me about that? What was the homework? I get confused.
Uh,
I need to open, I believe. Let me see here. This is your. Okay. Yalla is difference and square. Okay. And then distance. Yeah. Okay. So I am seeing here average and slope. Was that part of this was the last time, right?
yeah. The You said that I have to find the output of the average, the slope line, and distance.
Okay. So okay, how was that so far in the slope, the average and the slope?
Average and the slope. Yeah, I got it. I'll be able to do it.
Okay. Slope is difference between x2. Okay. Yeah. But why? Wait, give me a second, please. Can you show me again how you get the difference? The difference is okay. Uh, this is the distance, and let me see where is your function for the. Okay, your mass dot add exact. What is that? Can you please explain to me?
Which one?
The line number 32.
To, uh, this is to uh what's it called? To return the difference between x minus y. I think this is one of the function in math.
Okay. So if you let me understand from you. So if you use x minus y, will it work? And what is the addition? I mean, what is the benefit that we get if we use mass.add?
The benefit is that we don't have to what's it called? Use the calculation, just use the
Okay.
um
Let me see. Are you putting here minus y? Is that minus y?
yeah, negative one.
Ah, okay. So it adds them. The function is for adding, but you are making it minus y. Okay. Okay, fine. I don't have objection. It's fine. Okay, good. Okay, show me what you did for the distance. The distance is that you call the difference 2 times, and then you square them. And then show me your function for square. Where? Oh, okay. Wow. So your function for square is that. Okay, that's fine also. That's great. Okay. So you used for distance, you use a square, and then you also use a square root. Excellent. Okay. So, but okay, did you get any help in doing this exercise, or you do it on your own?
Firstly, I do it on my own. Then I have a few correction. Then I ask ChatGPT to help, to sort out what they are doing, what they did wrong with things.
Okay, but yeah, but please don't depend 100% on ChatGPT, because you will not be able to become a programmer. I mean, if you going to pass an exam, at least for an interview, or even forget about I'm not talking about the exams at your college. I'm not worried about them. I'm worried about your career after the exam. So uh, I know that programmers inside companies might be allowed to use ChatGPT, but until you enter and become a programmer inside the company, I don't think that they will allow you to use the ChatGPT. They will need to know first how you think. So just as much as you can, please don't depend 100% on that. So you try, as you said, if you are telling me that you are trying on your own, and only if you fail or face a problem, then you resort to ChatGPT. Okay, I would say it's acceptable, but make it 80-20. It means that 80% of the time you spend on writing a code, and 20% of the time, only at maximum, you spend on ChatGPT, because ChatGPT can easily give you an answer, right?
Yeah.
So, but again, that will not make you a programmer. That is my worry. I know I'm able to, well, from your code, I cannot tell. From you specifically, I cannot tell that this is from ChatGPT. But I know very well from my other students, if they use ChatGPT, I can know. It's very easy to detect. But I can say from what you write that it is not 100% from ChatGPT. So that's why if you didn't tell me, I will never know, because it seems that you use a mix between your brain and ChatGPT, which is acceptable, but uh, make it limited. That will help your brain to grow. I want, there is certain parts of the brain, if you keep in persistence trying to use it, it will improve and it will make you in a good status. And that's what we need. You need it in your PHP, you need it in every programming language. Okay? Okay, that's good. So let me share with you a few things, please, if you don't mind. So I'm fine. I'm satisfied with what you answered so far. Okay, just let me share with you here this Replit. Okay, yeah. So this is a website that we used previously. Okay, so I use for my students most of the time previously, before they start to limit the amount that we are able to use. Actually, they only allow 3 repos, okay, or 3 projects. But because I teach many classes, so I created 41. So they don't allow me to actually create more repos. But if I want to open one of the old repos, the beauty here, of course, you are able to use a scanner as much as you want, like you see here. So we are able to use it. There is no issue. And if I try to run, let me see if they are able to allow me to run. So they allow me to run. Okay. Because previously, like maybe 2 or 3 weeks ago, they started to stop us totally from entering here. The beauty here is that you are able to create any number of files. So typically what runs is only in the main file. And then once we are not in need for the code, we don't need to even comment that. We copy the code and we put it in one of the old files here. So we can put class1.java, class2.java, class3.java, and so on. And if I want, like I told you, if I want to use a scanner, you're able to use a scanner here. You're able to enter data from the console. The only problem is it will cost you as a person, not me. They have no relation to me. It will cost you per year around 120 USD. So if you are able to afford it, I would recommend that, because this will not only help you in Java, this will help you Java, Python, even HTML, and even PHP. So it will help you in everything, in all the programming language that you're able to use, and they will not limit. Like you see here, we are limited. So that will allow you to run freely without issues. But again, so they charge 10 US dollar per month, but they charge that on a yearly basis. So if you want to only use it per month, they ask you to pay 25 USD per month, which is a lot actually, which is almost double. So if you are able to afford, I would recommend that you get 1 year. If you're not, then we stay with our current method, and then we work our way there, because we are only now at the moment limited to scanner. So the only thing that doesn't work is a scanner, okay? And we are able to use alternative for that, so it's fine. To me, it is fine, because only one limitation that we have. So, and again, this is your option. So if you want to use it, it's up to you. If not, then we continue using our current interpreter. Okay, is it fine? Did you get what I want to say?
Yeah, I get you.
So it is an option to you. I'm not forcing. I have no benefit in asking anybody to join. It is totally up to you. Okay, but I'm saying that we have been using it for I think yeah, a few years so far, and it works very fine. So yeah, that is here, and I would move to, yeah, I need to introduce you to these things. Okay. Okay, so I owe you some introductions. I didn't give you that introduction, although it is part of my demo usually, because I wasn't sure if you need that information or not, as you are supposed to be. I was expecting that maybe you have already studied, so I didn't want to really give you something that you already know. But let me confirm that from your side. So this is, do you know what is that?
Yeah, it's RAM, right?
No, this is a CPU.
Oh, okay.
This
Sorry.
is the microprocessor. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So this is the RAM here. So this is different. Sorry, I put them all in one place. So this is something, and this is something else. And so here I'm describing to you that how addresses or how data is organized inside the RAM. So, okay. Inside the RAM, let me put it in a slide mode. Okay. Is it bigger now? Can you see it more clearly?
You can see.
Okay. So what I said, that inside our RAM, every data is organized by giving it an address. So here we put the address for the RAM. And here we keep the data. So this column all contains data, and this column all contains addresses. So addresses is 0, 1, 2, but they are in binary. At the moment, what you're seeing here is in binary. But for ease of use or for ease of understanding, we are going to put it in decimal points. So what I want to say is that this is address 0, this is address 1, address 2, address 3, and so on. Okay? But you have to understand that our memory sometimes is 16 gigabyte. So we are talking about 16 billion address inside the memory. So yes, if I tell you now from these 8 addresses, I'm telling you, okay, address number 5, then you're able to point to it. But if I tell you we have an address that is 15 billion, like that, maybe. So this is very hard for you to remember. It is very hard for you to remember this kind of address. Okay, it is a member address and it have a number, but it's very hard for us to remember that. Okay, but old programmers 40 years ago, they needed to remember addresses. Luckily, at that time, they didn't have big size of memory. They only have memories that is limited in size. Do you recognize kilobyte and megabyte and gigabyte and terabyte? Do you recognize any of those? What does it mean?
Yeah, the how much can one memory hold? Now I'm mistaken, is the function.
Yes, you are correct. Yes, excellent, excellent. Yes, you're correct. So far from what I said, did you understand that every memory location have an address? So far, is that clear to you?
Yeah, it's clear.
Okay, so I would give you an example, which is that every house, like in every command that we have an address. We have a street, and we have even sometimes a command name, and we have beside that also we have a house number. So for every house, we are having a house number. So consider that this data is like a house, and then the house can contain some people or can have people inside it. So we can relate that to the data. So every location have a data, every house also can have people inside it, and every house have a number, and every address in the memory have also a number that recognize it, and it is interrelated to other numbers or other locations in the same place. So you find that inside the command, the houses is numbered in an organized manner, right? So sometimes they are even in one row, sometimes they are odd on the opposite row. This is one of the ways they also use to number the houses. But at the end, they are related. So they don't say that, oh, this is address 100 and this is address 200. No. So it is like, okay, 2, 4, 6, 8. So the numbers is related. And also the same here. So the numbers is in sequence, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on. Did I make myself clear so far?
Yeah, so.
Did I confuse you when I give you other examples like with houses? Does this confuse you?
Yeah, it's not confusing.
Okay, that's excellent. So again, let me share with you how previously. Okay, so this is a comparison between high-level language. In this case, since we are studying Java, I'm giving you an example between Java and an assembly language. Assembly language, did you study it before? Did
I
you?
don't think so.
Okay. Okay, no problem. It's okay. I mean, we don't need to that you study it. We don't need that. I just need to know upfront, just in case that you study. Then I will ask you accordingly. So in these lines, we are storing 5 inside an A variable and 2 inside B variable. And on the third line, we are adding A to the B and storing the result inside a variable that's called sum. So we are able to do that in 3 steps in Java. Or we can even put it in one step if we say sum integer, sum equal 5 plus 2, like that. We're also able to do that. So we add that, which is 7, and we store that in the memory place that, or the variable that's called sum. Okay, but this is in a high-level language like Java. Previously, assembly language work different, or a low-level language works in a different way. They don't need, actually, they cannot work with variables in the way that we are able to work it with Java. They have to work with memory addresses. So look at here. These 3 lines exactly do the same 3 lines here, okay? But look how they are different. Load 8. So this load 8 is an instruction in an assembly language that say, go to the memory address that's called 8 and fetch out whatever element that is stored in whatever data that is stored in that location, and store it in the CPU. So this is a CPU. Typically, the CPU have small storage areas inside. Okay, one of them is called accumulator. I will start to give you some information, little information every time, although we are studying Java, but actually that is supposed to be part of your knowledge, that you know how the programming instruction is executed. That will give you a strong knowledge. Maybe you will not need that, but if you are really become an expert in Java, but when you are in an entrance position and they are asking you in an interview, you might be exposed to that. And if you are in a discussion and you need to write or need to deal with the low level problem that you are having, you need to have an understanding of that, because you will find that most of the people at your level understand that. Most of the students, even at 17 or 18 years old, outside Malaysia that I teach, they study that. Okay, so English students study that, American students study that. So that's why I need to make you, I cannot teach all the syllabus to you because that will take some long time. And I didn't hear from Mr. Eddie that this is the scope, so I stick to the scope, but I need to make you aware of what is going under. So just only I feed you the pieces of information that you might need without going into too much details. Did I make myself clear? Is it fine in this way?
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay, so we have a CPU and it has some storage locations inside for a temporary arithmetic operation. So this instruction, say, go to position 8 or address 8 in the RAM, get me whatever stored inside and put it inside the CPU. Why we put it inside? Because we want to do some arithmetic operation. And we cannot do that while it is in the RAM. We have to take it and put it in the CPU, which is responsible for any arithmetic or logic operations. Okay, so and then we go to the next instruction. It say add 9. Go to the position or address 9 in the RAM and get the element that is stored inside and add it to the element that is stored in the CPU accumulator place and add it to it. So you get the 2 from the memory, you add it to the previously fetched number, which is 5 in this case, and you store it instead of the 5. So you remove the 5 and you put 7 there. But at the end, it is still saved in the CPU, it's not yet in the RAM. STA10 say, get whatever result that you reached from the previous arithmetic operation in the CPU and store it at position 10. So we take the 7, we store it in position 10. So first of all, did you understand anything from what I said?
I don't understand the assembly language. It's quite confusing.
Yes, I understand that. I mean, I don't need to. I mean, you don't need to really understand the language, but but you understand that so when I explain that this go to address 8 and take what is the element inside and store it in the CPU. Did you understand this? Or I understand that this is difficult to understand. Yes, definitely. So this is a language that needs it have 1 or 2 chapters to study and even to solve programming exercises on it. So of course, I don't expect you that you understand or master the assembly language just in a few moments that I explained it. I understand, totally understand that. I just want you to know that this instruction do what, and the most important is that it's dealing with memory addresses, but not data. So that's why you need to know that the number that you need to add is at position 8, address 8 in the memory, and address 9. If you are not aware, so you are not able to add the two numbers. Here you don't care. Here you don't care where is it in the memory stored. You just create a variable, and Java do all the dirty work for you. What is the dirty work? It keep track of the memory addresses where A is stored and B is stored, and even the sum is stored. So that is the reason that I needed to explain that to you. But at the end, so did you notice that, or did you understand what I said so far from here? I understand that you are not a master here, but from what I said, did you grab anything?
Yeah, I did grab a few things.
Okay, okay. Can you please let me know what did you understand so far, so that I'm aware of it and how I can improve in the next classes?
Okay, so I understand that between the assembly language, it added let's say it's stored in the RAM, right? The assembly language translate it back from Java to assembly language, is that right?
Not necessarily. So no, let me clear that to you. Okay, it's good that you tell me that. So typically this Java cannot be executed in the current format that is having at the moment. So Java is understandable by us as a language, but it is not understood by machines. Machine can only understand machine code. So we need a translator, and we call that in our case is interpreter. So this is a translator at the end. Without the translator, you are not able to execute the commands that you write in Java. Okay, so that's a thing. So we don't translate from Java to assembly. We don't do that. So assembly language even need a translator to a machine language. So at the end, this LDA is not understood by the computer. The computer only understands ones and zeros. So for every instruction like that, we need something called assembler, which is a translator that translate this line of code, okay, to a machine language. Okay, now did you understand me now? I mean,
Yeah.
did you understand that every language need a translator?
Yeah.
So previously, people, when they created the computers in 1960, they needed to write machine code. They cannot write, there was no assembly. They needed to write ones and zeros. Can you imagine that you have to write your code in ones and zeros? So if you have 100 line of ones and zeros, are you able to recognize anything? It is blur, right? It is very hard. Yeah. So that's why they come up with a language that we can recognize as a human, which is having some mnemonics like LDA, and this LDA means load the memory location from which is 8. So he gives the memory location here, and also he give a memory location here, and he give a memory location at 10. So okay, did you understand when I said that we get the memory location, we get the data stored in the memory location 8, and we get the data stored in memory location 9, and we store the summing operation in a memory location called 10? Did you understand when I say that, or is difficult?
Yeah, I understand.
Okay, so did you just let me know? I will not repeat that again, but let me know, what did you understand when I say LDA 8 and add 9 and STA 10? Just tell me, what did you grab out so far?
I understand that it store the information from the Java, right?
Well, the point is not to store information from the Java. The point is that to tell you that this operation in Java that we feel that it is easy, when it was done by programmer who only use assembly language, they need to be aware of memory locations when they are writing assembly. They don't deal with data like we are dealing here. You are dealing with 5, but here you have to deal with the memory location where 5 is stored. He deal with 8. The 8 is a memory location in the memory. It is okay. And let me go back here. Give me a second. Okay. So if I go back here and I say slideshow, so basically, okay, this is the RAM. Okay, so this is the RAM, and we have a variable that X, Y, and Z for high level language. So this is a high level because we see here X, Y, and Z, which is variable names. So this is a high level language. And here, this is assembly language instructions. So this assembly language instructions get executed by the CPU, and then it fetch out data and put it in some places inside the CPU to do some arithmetic operations, for example. So at the end, even your Java instructions also is saved in the RAM. So we store the Java instructions. So when you write integer a equal 5, this is an instruction, and this get translated to machine code, and it gets stored in the RAM. So far, is it clear, or I think I'm making it more difficult? Am I making it more difficult for you? Tell me the truth.
A little bit.
A little bit more difficult.
Yeah.
So, okay. Okay, I think I better keep it as simple as I can. Okay, I understood now. Okay, no problem. So I will stop. I will not give you more details. I just want to get one thing from you without giving you more details. From what you see here. Okay, so just let me understand from you. From what you see here so far, did you deal with any memory addresses here in Java?
Memory addresses in Java. Yeah, store 5 to A, right?
Yes, but 5 is an decimal number. It's not a memory address. So 5 is a value that you want to add. So 5 is just an integer value, but it's not a memory address.
So which means no.
So you store 5 inside the variable that's called A, and you store 2 inside the variable that's called B. And 5 and 2, it just bare decimal, not decimal, integer numbers. It's not an address at all. So there was no variables before. In assembly language, there's no variables. There is memory address. So this 8 is equivalent to A. So this A have a memory address, but we don't know it. Java does not make us need to know the memory address of A. I think I'm starting to confuse you more and more, I believe.
Yeah.
I think that yeah, maybe I no need to give you too much details until you are, yeah, until maybe we are, we reach a good level in Java. Okay, I will stop here. I will not confuse you anymore here, and I will just give you a little intro about something, and just a little intro only. Let me see if you can understand that. Okay, this is how the RAM looks like in your computer. So do you know, if I say to you operating system, what does it mean? Do you know what I mean an operating system?
Yeah.
So operating system is, can you give me example of an operating system?
Your programs inside the computer. Yeah.
Operating system is called Windows. Did you ever deal with Android?
Yeah.
So Android is an operating system. Did you ever hear about Linux?
Linux is I heard of it, but I never use it. But I
Okay.
heard of it.
Okay. Did you hear about DOS?
No, I never heard of DOS.
Okay, so that is an old operating system. What about Mac OS
Yeah, I heard
and
of it.
iOS?
Yeah, heard of it also.
So these two belong to Apple. You know Apple, right? You know
Yeah.
iPhone, right? So this is the operating system for the iPhone, and Android is the operating system of Android phones, like that come from Samsung, Microsoft, or Oppo. Okay, so this is all operated by Android. Do you know who owns Android? Who built the Android operating system?
No.
Google. So Google is the owner of the Android operating system. And do you know who is the owner of a Windows operating system?
It's Jeff Bezos, right?
Um, Not Jeff Bezos, because that is Amazon. Windows is belong to Microsoft, so
Yeah,
that is Steve, not even Steve Jobs. That is I forgot the name of the guy. But this is just, yeah, in short, it's just belong to Microsoft. So Microsoft own all the versions of Windows so far that is in our operating system. So most probably you are running a laptop that is maybe Windows 10 or 11. So that belongs to Microsoft. Okay. So when you start your computer, the operating system need to be loaded in the memory. This Windows, for it to run and for the Windows itself to start operating in on your computer, and you're able to use the mouse. So we're not able to open the browser, the mouse, and everything if the operating system is not loaded yet in the memory. So when the operating system is loaded in the memory, it occupies space. That space no other programs can take. Okay, but current program, if when you run a program like Java, your Java program that you wrote to me as an exercise, the average, the difference, the square, this is a Java program. Okay, so you created a Java program, so they allow you a space in the RAM to store that Java program for it to run. So far, did I make myself clear, or can you tell me what did you understand so far from what I said?
So from the operating system, um, that will be confused.
You are confused, Daniel? Are you confused?
Yeah,
Oh, oh,
confused.
okay. I mean, okay. Let me understand. You are confused from the information that I give you many information, or you confused that when I tell you that the operating system need to be loaded in the RAM? Which area that you are confused?
Okay, again, I lost a little bit.
No, I didn't get you. Can you raise your voice, please, if you don't mind?
Uh, I actually, can you repeat what you said?
Okay. Yeah, I can repeat it. Yes. So, okay. I will tell you only the very, very important information that you need to know. That we have different operating system out there in the market. Okay. At the moment, you yourself are running on Windows. Your laptop is using Windows at the moment. Okay.
Okay.
Is that clear so far?
Yeah, it's clear.
Okay. So this Windows, when you start the computer, when you press the power button, this Windows need to be loaded in the RAM. So where this operating system originally stored, it is stored on the hard disk. So when you shut down your computer, the operating system reside on the hard disk. So far, am I clear?
Yeah, okay.
Okay. So as I said, once you press the power button, the Windows start loading out. So this loading process takes around 1 or 2 minutes. So this process, it means that we are copying the operating system from the hard disk to the RAM. So this is the RAM. This is how the RAM inside looks like. Okay. So the operating system occupy a certain space in the RAM. Okay. We cannot, so it is not 64 kilobyte, but this is talking about old operating system. So this is just for illustration. What I want to say is that the Windows occupy a place in the RAM. Is that clear to you? That
Yeah.
okay, good. So when we power off, where the Windows is stored?
The Windows store inside the RAM, right?
Yes, this is one when we are operating the computer. But once we power off, what will happen to?
It will go to the hard drive.
Yes, excellent. This is the most important information that I need you to know. Okay, good. So the second important information is that if we have a big RAM, so a small portion will go to the operating system. The remaining is for the programs that we want to run. So if you open Zoom, it will be loaded in this place, in the remaining RAM. So if you run your Java code, your Java programs that you write, the average, the slope, the square, all this will be loaded here. But it will be given some amount of space. So if it need more, the operating system will give more space to it. So this is a space in the RAM. So every time you uh, try to open a program, it will take a space from your RAM. Okay, now, did I manage to make myself clear? Can you tell me what did you understand?
Okay, so I understand is that is when we turn on the computer, it occupy a few bits of the RAM. While open other application too, it would take a few bits of the RAM each time you open an application.
Excellent, excellent. Yes, that is excellent. Okay. Um, okay. So you have to understand that sometimes we run out of RAM. Okay. I will not go into details. I will explain that slightly every time we come here. So there is slightly more details that you might need to know, but we give it little by little so that we don't confuse you too much. Okay. So we'll start to continue in our Java. Okay. But may I ask you, please, can you please go and um, drink maybe some water?
Okay, sure.
Okay.
7.
Sorry again?
7, right?
Yes, excellent. 7. So what is the relation between, okay, so if I tell you what is the size of this string, are you able to tell me the size?
Size is 7, right? Or 8.
8. Yes, you are correct. Excellent. So the size is 8. And the last position here is 7. So any relation between the 7 and 8?
By relation, what do you mean by relation?
Relation means that, I mean, when we look to the two numbers, are they related somehow? So any relation. So I would say, just to make it easy for you, this 7 is actually the size minus 1. So if the size is 8, then then if you subtract minus 1, so the last character that you have is at 8. So if you have a size that is 9, and so your last character in the string, you will find it at position what? Any idea? So here the size is 8. The last character is at position 7, not 8.
Okay.
So if you have the size is 9, what is the last character?
Position character is 8.
Okay, that's good. You know why we are saying that we do this minus 1? Any idea?
Because we started at 0.
Excellent. Right? Excellent. Yes, yes. Because we start at 0, yes. Okay. So you will need to write after we talk about the first 3. So if you have a look at this, can you understand why if we add this to this, the result will be like that?
Because it's an integer?
This is an integer. Yes, it's true. This is an integer. But anytime we add any type of any data type to a string, it is or the computer or the Java will convert it automatically to a string. So if you put a plus here, we are not able to add arithmetically hello to 42. Hello is a string. It have no relation to arithmetic. So you are not, if you say like when you did before, we said 4 minus 2. You did that in the difference. So you subtract x from y or y from x. You are able to do that because both of them is integers. But if you have one here, one side that is a string, you cannot do any arithmetic operation on string. A string, if you want to add them, it means that you need to put them together like this. So once the Java will try to actually do the arithmetic operation, but it will check, is that a string? If it is a string, so it knows that we cannot do any arithmetic operation. Both are not integers. So how can we add? How can we add a to 42? We cannot add a to 42. A is a string. It's not a number to add it to 42. So it means that this 42 will be converted to a string. And once we convert it to a string, we put them together like that. This is called like concatenation. So may I ask you, please, can you write that in your code? I would like you to write this and this. You can write them inside a print statement like that. Are you able to do it?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I think so. Just write the first and the second, right?
Yes, only the first and second.
Okay. Yeah, can write.
Okay, so the result is exactly same like what you're seeing here.
Yeah, exactly the same.
So, okay, now let me understand. I'm not talking about what the computer is showing to you, but I want you to tell me, do you understand when we add 1 to ABC and 2 to all of both of them, why you will have 1 ABC 2 like that?
Because it is together. Yeah.
No, I still sorry, I can't get what you are saying.
Because it connected together for 1 and 2.
Yes, but you also have to understand that when we when we do any arithmetic, so typically we start from the left. So we will put 1 and add it to ABC. So this is the first thing, that the first step that we're going to do. So we will end up having a text that is called A, B, C like that. And then we still remaining the 2. So then we will add the 2 to the 1 ABC. So it will become at the end ABC2 like that. At the end, yes, this is integer and this is integer. This is true, but um, we are always starting the operation from the left side. So what will happen is that we add this to this. So this means that this will be converted to string and concatenated and added like this. So does this make any sense to you?
Yeah, it makes sense.
Okay, can you look at this, please? And tell me why here, even though this is two integers, why on the earth he does not add them together before he add them here to ABC? You see, he put them like what? He treats them like a string. He did not add them arithmetically. Any idea?
Because we didn't specify. Yeah, we didn't specify the answer. If we want to it become an arithmetic expression, we should add a bracket between 1 plus 2, right?
Excellent, excellent. Yes. So yeah, it is true. If you add a bracket here, yes, this will be added. And if you look here, that will be very clear. We always start any operation from the left. So if we start from the left, we put 1 plus 2, he will add them. So he will add them, he will make them 3. So that's why you see the 3 added to the ABC. So he will add them, it's true, because he will start this operation first. So he will find both of them is integers. So he's able to do arithmetic operation on them. He will add them, and then the next step will be like that. 3 plus ABC, like that. So the result will be typically 3ABC. So I just wanted you to know, we cannot add uh, anything to a string. We can just put it together. So there is no arithmetic operation with a string. Have a look at this. What this can tell us. We have done that before also. We have done that. We write a text and we write a plus, and then we can write any number, and it just printed out to in the screen for us. Can you try to write this, please? I think, am I confusing you so far?
No.
Daniel, may I know if you practice any sports?
Sports, badminton.
Okay. Do you do any jogging on a daily basis?
Yeah, sometimes if I'm up to it.
Okay. So Daniel, yes, it is true that I'm not coaching you on a live basis, but I just want to let you know that it is well known among programmers that if we want to improve the memory functionality and understanding, um, uh, even for us as a programmers or people who are working with programming, we need to actually practice sport on a daily basis, at least 20 to 30 minutes a day on a daily basis. That that helps a lot in your brain functionality. And um, yeah, that is one of the things. And yeah, and second thing that will help you a lot is that um, you don't get angry or depressed or think. So if you get sad or you get upset or angry, that affects your ability to think. So please avoid that as much as you can, especially before our classes. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. So did you start to write here?
Yeah, so right.
Okay. Did you reach this output?
Yeah, here's that.
Okay. So is that similar to what we are doing?
Yeah, it's similar.
Okay. So may I know here? May I know here? First of all, I would like you to write number 3. Sorry. I apologize. I would like you to write. This is not number 3. So I want you to write that and this in print statement.
One. The 1 plus 2 in the front, right? The three ABC output.
Yes, exactly. And this one. So this and this.
Okay, I'm done.
Okay, do you have any explanation why this is multiplied with 3 and result in 27, but this does not work? It's exactly the same.
Mm,
Confusing?
not so sure. Maybe
Okay.
because the arithmetic expression is different.
Um, yes, the arithmetic. So, okay. First of all, the arithmetic priority is the multiplication first. After this, the division. After this, the plus, and then after this, the minus. So it's true, when we try to evaluate, we will evaluate the one on the left first. That's why he evaluates 1 plus 2 and he puts 3 here. That's fine. But now, when he tried to evaluate ABC plus, and then he see here a multiplication. So multiplication should be done before any addition. So he will delay this addition operation. So he will do the multiplication first. So the multiplication will result in 27. And then, so when he start to say 27, he will add it to the ABC. This is not arithmetic. This is just strings. So he will convert 27 to a string. So it become ABC 27. So it depends on the operation, but the plus here is not a priority. So that's why he will start evaluating from left. So if he evaluate from left, so it means that he will add the 1 to the ABC first. So it become ABC 1, and then he will start to do the second addition to 2. So he will see that this cannot be added, this is not arithmetic, so he'll convert also 2 to the ABC 1. Did you understand me, or is it confusing?
Yeah, I understand.
I feel that it is slightly confusing. Slightly.
So what you mean is the between ABC 1 plus 2. Wait,
Okay, can you write, please? Okay, I tell you. Can you write ABC plus 1 only in a print statement?
okay.
So when you do that, what is the result? ABC plus
ABC
1
1.
only. ABC
ABC 1.
plus 1. Oh, ABC 1. Okay. Okay. So can you uh, so when you add plus 2, what is the result?
ABC 1, 2, right? So
Yes. Okay. Now, if you say here, if you add multiply to 3,
two times 3.
yes, what can be the result?
ABC 16.
2 multiplied by 3 is 16. ABC 16. Excellent. But why is it 16?
Because 2 times 3, the program runs 2 times 3 first to get 6. And then he understand it the 6 as a string, and then mesh the ABC 1 and 6 together.
Okay, okay, okay. Let me, so, okay. Okay, are you able to run, please, before I explain this, are you able to run this command here? This one. Did you manage?
Yeah, manage.
Did you see this and as an output?
Yeah, see that as an
But it's confusing, right? Why
yeah,
is
it
there is a
is.
lot of slashes like that? Any idea? So we put here 2 slashes, but we only see here 1. And we put here 4 slashes, but we see only 2. And we put here /n, but we never saw it. So first of all, let us try to analyze it. So this is so we know that any text is marked by double quotation. So this is a start of double quotation. This is the end of our double quotation. Anything in between is text. Okay. So, but you also have to know that although that this is text that the computer does not think or try to analyze it for anything, so it just print it as it is. Normally, it just print it as it is, except if we put something called escape sequence. So escape sequence always have a slash. Have a slash with something, with some characters or some, yeah, it have a slash first, and then we can put some character to dictate to the computer what he need to do. So typically anything between double quotation, the computer print it as it is, as it is. He does not use his mind. So even if you write A plus B, he will just print it as it is. He will never think about it. He just print it as it is. Okay. He treat it as a text and he does not think about it, except that when you put a skip sequence. This skip sequence is a slash with n. It means that he want to print whatever comes after the slash n in a new line. So you see, that's why you see here hello, and on a new line he print how are you. Okay. So is that clear so far? This
Yeah,
slash n?
yeah.
Okay, that's good. So now let us talk about this slash. So if I want, can you please remove one slash from here and tell me what is output?
this, it has an error.
Okay, so he does not understand it. Okay, so never mind. Put it back. So if you put it back, will it run?
Yeah.
Okay, so here when we put 2 slashes here, so first of all, the target that we want is to actually put a slash before hello, but these slashes is called a skip sequence. So we need to warn the computer that we are that we just want to print a slash with a text. So we need to warn him by giving extra slash. So the slash here is to warn him that what's come next is a skip sequence character that he need to use. So I think that will get confusing. Let me think how to convey that to you. Or let me move from this to this. This is much easier. Can you see that? Can you see these two?
Yeah.
So these two result in what? Result in only this. Do you see any slashes?
Yeah.
No. I mean here and here, there is no slashes. There is no slash
Okay.
here. You see here? So U is between double quotation, and there is and the double quotation is printed. Normally this double quotation is not printed. So you have to understand that the computer is dumb. It's a dumb machine. It means that you need to put certain things for it to understand. So if you want to mark a string or a text, you need to put double quotation and double quotation. Double quotation at the start, double quotation at the end. He will treat whatever inside it as a text. But sometimes you want to put even a certain word in between your main double quotation, like this. So you want to put the two to have double quotation, and you print it out. Typically, this double quotation is not printed. Okay, it is just a marking for the computer to mark the start of the text, and he does not print it out. He know that this is the string or the text that I need to print out. That's it. So it is for him to understand, but not to be printed out. That's why you never see here double quotation. But what if I want to print a double quotation? How to allow that? You just tell him, be aware, I want to, this is not the end of my text. This is just a double quotation that I want to make it printed out. So you put a slash like that for the computer to understand, to mark that what comes here is not the end of your string. This is just a double quotation that you wanted to get printed out. So did I make myself clear, or is it also still difficult?
Yeah, I think you make yourself clear.
Okay.
So, in other words, if I want to make sure that the quotation is seen, I just have to put it under what's it called? The double quotation, right? Inside the
Yes.
quotation.
Yes. So you have to mark your double quotation by something so that he does not confuse it with the end of the string, because the end here, this and this, is not printed out. It is just a marking for the computer only to mark the start and the end of the text. But if you want to print it out, you have to mark it with so we call this slash skip sequence. It's called skip sequence. It is a special character that have a meaning for the computer. So when you put it, he will start to read that and translate that about that is something that he need to do. So if it is n, he will put a new line. He will put the new text, the new coming text from here, in a new line. If it is anything like that, like a double quotation, he will just print it as it is. Okay, so what about the last one? So if I want to print out, so you see here, when I wanted to print a slash, what did I put? I put another slash before it. But what if I want to print out 4 slashes? So it means that for every slash that I want to get it printed, I need to put 1 behind it. So that's why you see here 4, and you see here only printed 2. So this is a skip sequence. So this is a skip sequence. It's a skip sequence character for the computer to understand, oh, what comes need to be printed. So he will print 1. And then you mark for him again. This is a skip sequence. So, okay, what comes need to be printed. So that's why he print out this and this. Did I make myself clear, or is still difficult? Is it difficult? Is difficult.
Yeah.
Okay. So did you notice when we removed one of these 2, he gave an error, right? Why? Because the first one, you are telling the computer, be aware, just be aware. I'm giving you something that you need to print, but you didn't give him something after. So okay, now I want to ask you, if you put here 3 like that, he will also get confused. Can you try to put here 3?
Put where? Between
Here.
the
Here, instead of 2, add more 1.
no, I can't. It has a problem.
You can't run.
Yeah.
So that's why I am telling you that the computer is programmed, is dumb, and is programmed in a certain way that when you want to attract his attention to the text, typically he does not process the text in any way. But sometimes we need to format the text and print special characters when we are printing the text like that. Normally, the text typically does not have a slash like that. But if we happen that we need to print a slash, we need to give him a slash before it. The slash is a marking for the computer to understand that what follows it is a special character. So he just need to print it as it is. Typically, if you put a slash, 1 slash alone, he will not understand. He will get confused. He will give you an error. So here also, you put a slash n. So n, it means that this is a new line that you need to print whatever comes in a new line. If you remove this slash, he will just print the n. So okay, easy. Remove this slash. Can you try to run to print when you remove this slash? What will happen?
It will become hello and how. It will not end. It will not have a new line.
Okay, so it does not understand. It is a dump. I did not mark it to him with a slash. So he will treat it as a normal n. He will treat it as if it is a normal n. And then he will print it out, right? He will put it out like that, right?
Yeah.
So because you removed the marking for him. So it means, so when you added 3 here, he got confused. He didn't understand. He expect 1 skip sequence, and you to let him know that I'm going to give you a special character. So when you remove the slash from the n, he does not recognize it as a special character. He treats it as a normal n. So did you understand me? Okay, easy. Remove the slash before the double quotation here. Here. Remove the slash here, and tell me what do you see.
It's an error.
It's an error. What is the error saying?
There's illegal character.
So he does not recognize this as a character that is allowed. Why? Because he removed the marking for him. As I said, he is dumb. Okay. So if you don't mark it with a skip sequence, with this slash first, he will not understand that, oh, this is a special character that typically have a meaning, which is the end of a string, but I don't want it to be the end of a string. I just want it to be printed as it is. So that's why even when you try to see, he does not print the slash. The slash is for him to understand. It is an instruction to the computer itself. So I don't want this to take too much time. Just tell me whatever you understand, and I'm fine with the 50% of understanding, because that is not very, very important. It is somehow a bit rare that you can face this need to actually print slashes. So this, if you understand this is you will face it a lot, that you need to print use /n. If you understand this is the most important thing. The other one, it is very rare, maybe 10% only, that you will face that you need to print actually slashes like that. Very rare. That this is very important. So I need to make sure that you understand this 100%, and the other ones, if you understand 50%, it's fine, totally fine.
Okay.
So tell me, what did you understand and what is difficult?
Okay, from what I understand is that /n is to bring up a new line. So for instance, if we make like hello world and we want to make sure that the world is on a new line, we would do /n before the word world after that.
Okay.
Correct.
Great. Yeah. Okay.
So for the quotation mark, it's like making sure to put a quotation inside the text.
Yes, which is not typically not allowed, because it will confuse the computer. He will confuse it with the end. So he will think that this is the end of the text. If you didn't put the slash, he will think that this is the end.
Yeah,
okay.
So it just want to make sure that it's in the same line of character, right?
Yes, exactly. That need to be printed out. Yeah. So that's why you need to mark it.
So for the backslash character, that is where I have a little bit confusing to understand.
No problem. I can mark it. I can mark this page, and we can come to it later. But I don't want to spend too much time in something that you very, very little chance. 90% of the time you will not face something like that. So
Okay.
I need to cover important topics better for us. Okay.
Okay, sure, no problem.
Okay, I will also not pay attention here. I will focus on the methods. So I would like to tell you here, the string have is an object that have methods. So I'm able to get the length of a string if I call the length method on it. Okay, I will show you how we do that. But the second most important thing is that we are able to also use a method that is called substring. So substring, we pass it two variables, the start and the end. But the problem is that this index2, which marks the end, is exclusive. So let me give you an example, and I need you to write that code. So can you define a string S1 as programming in Java? And then I want you to print out S1 dot length. Length is a method. What it will return, it will count all the character and give me the size of this programming in Java. Is that clear to you so far, these two lines?
Yeah, it's good.
Okay, can you write them, please?
Sure.
And in addition to that, I would like you also to write these 2 lines here. Okay?
Okay.
Okay. May I understand, what did you understand so far from what did you write?
Here, from what I read is that from this S1 dot length is to find out the length of the string.
Okay. And the length, okay. So when did you try to count from here, from 0 until you, so you see here he's counting from 0 to 9, and again from 0 to 9 to 8. So that give me what? 18, right? So this
Yeah,
is
18.
18. Am I right here?
Yeah,
Oh,
18. But
18.
the
18.
program wrote 19 for the length
Why? Any idea?
because it includes the 0.
Okay. So from
19.
0 to 9 is 10 characters. And from
Yeah.
0 to 8, it is 9. Am I right?
Yeah. Sure.
Okay. So may I know, if I ask you to, okay, no, before I say this, what do you understand from here?
2 and 3 meaning
These 2 and 3. So this is the start, 2 marks the start, and 3 marks the end. So substring, it is able to cut part of the string here, part of S1, and return it back to you. based on the start point and the end point that you're giving to him.
Okay.
So, but again, 3 is exclusive. It means that when you only want to get one character, so you give it, you start with 2 and you put 3. But if you say 2 and 2 like that, it will give you empty, because it need to know that it need to get one character. How it knows that? By putting here 3. If you put here 2 and 2, it get you empty string. Did you understand what I say?
Yeah.
Okay. Now,
But
yes.
why it doesn't give us 0? Oh,
We are talking about string here. I mean, this is a string. I mean, it doesn't, it will not give 0. It's just a string, empty.
no. Okay. All right. Yeah.
Clear?
Yeah, it's good.
Okay. So I will stop here now. I will continue this in the next class. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. May I know how many times you get saturated from me today?
Come again?
So my question, I would like to know how many times you get saturated. Saturated means that you was not able to catch or receive new information from me. You needed to stop. So how many times you get saturated from me today?
About 2 to 3 times, actually, when you explain when the first hour of class, when we get into the details.
Okay. 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 I will try to reduce that in the next class. Okay. Thank you so much. Take care.
Okay.